This life in this career has been an absolute mess. However, it is an adventure that I'm really proud of, and I want to keep moving forward in it. So my attempt with this is to share with you everything that has been living inside of my mind, body, and soul for the past couple years. Entirely, this is called Mission Oxy. This is what I want to dedicate my life towards. So, to begin, my YouTube channel, since starting it, is an absolute mess. I started my YouTube channel to post my sermons. That's how I first started it. I wanted a place to share publicly my sermons, which is wild to say that out loud. But I actually took those sermons down. That's another conversation. But moving in this direction where I hope the reason that I started the channel aligns with essentially where I am creatively, professionally, and personally. So that's Mission Oxy. All right. YouTube channel is a mess. So there's like a bunch of ideas and projects, some interviews and podcasts, and then my own personal vlog, along with some comedy skits and ideas. And then recently I added improv. There's a lot going on there. And I'll be honest, it's a mess. But I'll be even more honest. I don't want to be a niched down creator, niche down artist. I like to be able to have different seasons of different art forms, and also to speak from a certain maybe aspect, or a different place creatively and different craft to practice. And part of that is ADD, and the other part of it is that I enjoy change. I enjoy the unknown, and I like trying new things. I like trying new things, and I like life experience. And that's me. And I know that most of how that I am as a person, and also as a creator, is not something that is pleasing to the algorithm, and I'm okay with that. So most of the YouTube channel has been a scrapbook mixed with a personal vlog. So one thing that I had done, I guess we'll write out, let's do vlog in red. Let's do YouTube channel in red. Let's do that. So I want to talk about, um, let's do Dear Bodhi and Bali. So what this is I took all the family content and I put it towards this channel. I want to create a channel that will help to not just tell the story of our family, but also it's a love letter to our kids. And it also, I hope, will be a way to help create visibility and opportunity for our children as well. Our children, while they're young, they're also artists. So I don't know what they'll come out to be, but I figure that giving them a platform at an early stage, and helping not just tell their story, but also to create the things that they want to create is important. So I think it's important, not just as a parent, but well, yeah, okay, let's talk from the parent perspective. I think it's important as a parent to be on YouTube if your kids are on YouTube, so that you can help, one, navigate them through a crazy multiverse of content, but also to take part in being a positive influence on the creative space. So I'm taking all the family content and I'm gonna re-edit and repost it on Dear Bodhi and Bali. That one it's a fun one. I've been having a lot of fun going through the old vlogs and putting them up there. As far as the vlogs existing on this channel, they're gonna stay there. They're gonna be there because I think it helps at least for me, it is the story of creativity for me and how I ended up where I am right now in my life today. Okay, so family content here. So that will be our travel adventure vlogs mixed with family moments, and also the adventure of Bodhi and Bali in their life. So that will be that. Let's see. I want to do that because a lot of the family stuff that I really enjoy doing has gotten very mixed into all the other personal projects and work. And it's hard to follow the story, and I want to make sure that the story, in chronological order, it lives and it tells that story. One, I really like autobiographical content. Two, I love the vlog format. And even if nobody watches it, these videos are really for our family. So to be able to share it is one thing, but to be able to have it as a documented piece about experiences and moments, I think is really important. How passionate I am about that is another conversation for another day. Okay. Let's talk about filmmaking. Um, let's do that in black. I don't have a reason why, but yeah. So I went to school in high school in a BOCES technical program, and that BOCES technical program taught me the basics of video production. Then I went to school. Um, then I went to school at the Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale. And I went for digital filmmaking and video production, but the weird and I think interesting thing is that I never took a film class. Like film, as far as like making movies, was never part of the curriculum. And I was too young and naive really to know it and understand it, but I only learned video production, which I guess, and as I look at it, is a good thing that I learned how to make money to on the business of making videos in various forms. So that was good and that's healthy. I mean, I got a job when I got out of college, and then goes the whole journey after that. But I'm realizing that I actually never took a film class. The only thing that I can remember that it was film related was actually an acting class with Miss Browning, and it was a Saturday morning, and it was one of my favorite classes. And it was like acting and then script writing, and that was it. But nothing. I didn't learn anything at this school for filmmaking. Now, I could probably get upset and complain and maybe even sue. I don't know, but it's not really something that I'm gonna die over a hill because I have enjoyed my journey, and here I am in my later stage of my life and career, and I want to learn how to make films. I want to tell narrative pieces from documentaries to short to feature, from drama to comedy, and I don't know, I want to express myself and create these universes through filmmaking. I have an idea and I have an understanding of the equipment and maybe the business model around it, but truthfully, I am teaching myself. Yeah, I'm teaching myself how to make a film. And I have a lot of different ways of how I'm going about that, and that is another conversation for another day. But look at it this way: how I experience dance is how I experience everything. So it's no different in learning filmmaking. So I'm going to do that because I really love videos. I love all pieces of content, truthfully. I like short form, I like long form, I like narrative pieces, I love documentaries. I am a fan of the process from the still frame, the one photo, right? Like the one frame, all the way to the motion pictures. And then even the business within it, to writing it, to producing it, and then creating an audience for it. I love the marketing of it. I love the process. I've been a fan more and more, and interestingly enough, what got me more into loving films was my journey through acting, and that is something that that journey has changed my life. But yeah, so that would be filmmaking. Okay. Oh, so on like I guess that's like a bigger scale of being like a filmmaker, but that will, most of that will live on a different channel. That's gonna be living on this channel that I call Oxy, OXC. So it's part of Mission Oxy, and essentially Oxy is going to be a channel, a network that I want to build with myself and the community of creative people that I'm around. And I want to tell stories and build content. There's a lot of ideas, but I know that I have to start just with, I just have to start. So one of the first things that will go up there is a short film that I made last year with my friends in the South Rock Project. It's called Kangaroo, and I hope to drop it at the end of this month or in the beginning of February. But definitely, I do not want to go towards the middle of the year and not have this project done. Kangaroo is a bit of like my, let me test this out and see if I can even write something, produce and film it and edit it and like telling a story. It's a lot more of like a concept video more than anything, but I think it's a good short film as well. All right, so that's that. That's gonna be on another channel. So those are like not within the confines of that. So there's me working on films and videos and taking photos, which is my business, my work. That's what I get paid to do. But also now I'm at this place where I want to create original content from and by me, and that's going to be that. I still have my company, which is Shade Life Company. That is my production company, which is basically what I do every day. Anyways, so we have that. We have the family vlog stuff, and then that leaves what's going to happen here on this channel. So I've been sharing this Crate One project, and Crate One is going to be my, I call it my master class, and it's just really a place where I get to talk about the work. We'll call that BTS. Then there's this other interesting area, which is me, but I'm not behind the camera. I'm performing. Like I said, I started this channel as I started this channel as a way to share my sermons. And while I'm not actively living that life as far as shepherding a flock of individuals, I always wanted to have a space where performance art can speak to a generation of people. And that's something that I'm on the journey and still learning. So I would say that like the coming out on the other side of the lens happens in many forms, from dance to DJing to being on a microphone to being on a stage to being on a camera. So this is just a section, a playlist on the channel that's just about performance. I really love acting, and I hope that I get to continue that journey as an actor. I've done some pretty cool projects early in the early stages, and I'm very grateful for those opportunities. And then in this recent stage of life, experiencing improv and wondering how that can turn out, I want to continue all that. But one thing that I've learned is that in performing, in becoming a character, there are these characters that I get to be in my real life that I love being those characters, and I want to continue to be those characters and create content around those characters. But those characters are real to me as they are real to you. I call these characters blurred line characters. Blurred line characters are these characters that are in real life. You can meet and talk and also shake the hands of these individuals, like physically connect with them. Simultaneously, these characters also don't fully exist. Now, not all artists treat their artistry like this. This is just a way, and this is the way that I've understood it in my acting journey, but also in my improv journey. You become a character. And then, when they say cut or you're off the stage, then you're not that character. So this is similar to that. It's just happening maybe on a more social level, on like a social media level. But these are characters that I get to be. So you may know of one of them, which is in the dance world, people know me as Shade. And Shade does not mean what it means today. I was named that in 2005, and the meaning of that is not what it means today. But it is something that it is a journey that I'm proud of, and I've been on that journey since 2005. I am Shade, and to a lot of people in this world, that's who I am. I am Shade. So they know me as that, they call me that, and when I show up in that world, that's what they know me as. They don't know me as Brendan Eldon Byrne. They don't know me as that. So that's kind of the interesting thing about this area of my life, is that I am and I create and I become this person, and I walk in this actual physical world as this person simultaneously. I could take that hat off and not be that person. So, which reminds me, this hat is not for Shade. This is another character that I've been able to become. His name is Forrest B. Wild. On my journey in dance, I got to go into the world of DJing. And I've been DJing since I was like a teenager, but doing it professionally and really like going on this journey, underground music and dance music and other DJs and just that community of people. Man, it's another world. And what's interesting is that while Shade and Forrest Be Wild, those journeys are aligned or parallel, there's also like people in those universes will never cross into the other one. And there might have what's called a blurred line, which I believe that's someone who I am, is I can exist in these two different universes, but also the people in either universe will never go to the other universe. So they're just different people. Like the people that I've grown close to and connected with through my journey of DJing are people that have never and probably will never set foot into the underground dance world, and vice versa. I love building this character, and this is something that I'm excited to share more of this year. Really, Forrest V. Wild, while he's a DJ, he's really a mixtape maker. He just makes mixtapes. So he's going to be more of a writer in music form. I don't know if that exists or if that makes sense, but that's what I'm doing. The other one, let's see. Because I've had a camera, I've had to learn the craft of photography. And I love photography. It's, to me, to make a film, to make a movie, motion pictures, the foundation of that is pictures, to take a picture, to create a frame. And I'm very passionate about a frame. A frame is how I see life for the most part. I see life in pictures. So Jade Rose is this character that I developed. It's kind of inspired by Tuxedo Mask in Sailor Moon. He just was so mysterious, and he would always show up and he would leave a rose whenever he did something. So Jade Rose is this, like, you don't know where he is and where he's going to show up or if he's even there or around. But I like that concept of being a photographer. It's a space that I enjoy doing, which is just being a fly on the wall, which is just observing. I like observing culture and creativity and community. And it's street photography, it's travel, but at the end of the day, it's my photography. There's this other character that I've been playing around with, nothing serious, but we'll get there eventually, which is Noah Lox, Noalox. Before I became really anything, I was a martial artist first. So my mind will always be a martial artist. It will always want to be a sensei. It will always want to be um, disciplined and training and centered and grounded. So Noah Locks really will become a more actualized part later on because I am in the worst shape of my life right now, and it is not good. A lot of it has to do with I don't want to say depression. I don't think that I was depressed, but I was definitely sad, and maybe that's what depression is. I don't know, but it's taken me a while to get out of that funk, and while I was in that funk, I know for sure that I let myself go, and I'm not in the greatest shape, so I need to get back in shape. So that's gonna change. But no locks is this idea of training, of fighting, of protecting, and self-defending. I hope to be able to get my body and self to a place where I could do fight choreography and stunts, but we'll get there when we get there. But that's something that I've been messing around with. And then another one, or I guess you could say the last one really, is Daddy Wolf. Uh, we have our family name, which is the Honey Pack family, and that is because we're honey, like a bunch of bees. So Borching, Brendan, Bodhi, Bali. So we're a pack of bees. But Daddy Wolf is going to be a series that I can continue to build that is in relationship to the family vlog. But I always wanted to create something that I can talk more from the standpoint of being a father. Being a dad is a pretty interesting and sensitive topic in my life. I'm a child of adoption, and so fatherhood is a pretty interesting experience. I have the utmost respect, and I really love my father, and he inspires me to want to be a father. And I really love being a dad, and I think that one of the things that I've stepped away from so much in my life is everything so that I could focus on being a father. Being a father is raising your kids, so like this family vlog, but it's also working and providing. And that is my job in being a filmmaker and creating content and having a creative media production business all around it. So I get to still also be a dad on my channel. So the idea is on the channel is to have different playlists, but these different playlists are just different projects that I'm working on. I I don't want to be a creator that is only putting out one type of thing. I want to be, as an artist, I want to share the many thoughts and the many lifestyles and the many perspectives and the many experiences that I have. I am a person that likes to live life, experience life, and through the various experiences that I have, I got to experience different lifestyles and different communities, and I'm very passionate about those communities, and I want to share those journeys. So to create content around the actual characters that I get to be in my real life means a lot to me. And then overall, there is me. My name is Brendan Eldon Byrne. A 360 artist. I have a relationship in front of the camera, behind the camera, and on either side of the camera, either as a producer, writer, as a filmmaker. The Crate One, which is just me talking about the work. Then on Oxy, I'm gonna continue to put out what I was doing before, which is Crew Love. And Crew Love is a podcast. The podcast is going to be conversations with people on the crew, people that I work closely with, people that I'm inspired by, people that are within my network. Cool. All of this is fueled and done by my production company, which is Shade Life Company. And Shade Life Company, I work with brands, I work with artists, I work with businesses to create content for them. Also, I act as a consultant creatively for them and giving them thoughts and advice and ideas on how they can move forward in telling more of the narrative of their business or their brand. That's been something that has been really life-giving, is being able to be a voice in other people's brands and their artistry. I think it's important to know that this vlog that I worked on, I started this vlog because I was bored at my job. This vlog, while I was doing it, this is the piece of work actually that helped me build the company. Because when I set off to do the vlog, little did I know that I was gonna get laid off. But when I got laid off, I was in the middle or ending the vlog itself. So, which was the 100-day vlog for my son, which was 100 days. What did 100 days of life look like before he was born, all the way leading up to his birth? But in that, I met businesses, I met artists, I met people. It forced me and encouraged me to travel and experience life. So the vlog will continue to happen, not just for business purposes, but it's gonna happen because I really enjoy making the vlog. So the family stuff will stay there, but I do want to create and still create a vlog. And the vlog that is the personal experience of all of this, and keep you updated on what I'm working on, what I'm doing. And also because it's also a scrapbook for me, it helps me take ideas and try them in the vlog. And if I can make sense of it or work it out, then I can put it into practice. The vlog helps me stay in creative process. Nothing really is going to be consistent. Nothing is going to be, I'm going to do this every day. It's just going to be, I'm going to be working on these various projects all the time. In my journey of being Shade and also of being a DJ, I really inspired by community leaders. And for me, I've had some really just great leaders in my life that maybe I didn't realize how great they were until I got older. But I mean, like the concept of hip hop through a Cool Herc, just an individual that created space for community to be built. I'm very passionate about community, and I like creating space for community to be built. Um, the Rock in Brentwood, Central Islip, that I first started going to when I was younger. And that was a space that I got to practice at. I practiced dance, and it was a communal practice. That's how I learned breaking, was I learned communally. But even then, in my hometown, I had the breakdance club. Rocky had the breakdance club, and I went to that religiously. And that is something that, at least where I'm from in Long Island, we didn't have a huge culture. So the culture was us, which was the people that were doing it. So we were the ones that would provide and help create the space. So being a community leader is kind of a part of the culture that I was from, because there was no culture. We were it. So we were building it. And I'm a product of that idea. And much of my life through the lens of Shade has been to create space for community. I am inspired by the jam. That's what I'm most inspired by. When you get a group of people together, what can be created, and who comes out of those jams, and what artists build from that jam. So all of this is Mission Oxy, which is to create communal experiences. That's what this is for. I look at production as a communal experience, but even in creating it, you want to create it to hopefully have an audience. So I want to build a community around this work, and that's what Mission Oxy will be. So there's going to be an area of my life that is going to be about diving back into community work. I just think that it's going to be built outside of the cultures that I'm from. It will be about bringing people together and creating community and creating something out of it. And I think that the world needs that the most, which is to have communal experiences where we can connect, where maybe we don't see things eye to eye, or we have the same beliefs or the same political views, but we can come together and create something. We can come together and have a shared experience. And those experiences have changed my life. Going to jams, going to production, creating projects with people. And that's going to be the work. This is Mission Oxy. There's a lot of other things that I want to put in it, but this is the core of it. Um, a big part of it too is the thrift store that we want to build. That's fun, and I know nothing about thrift store project, and that is going to be in addition to all of this and very heavily connected to this as well. All right, so to be a filmmaker and to learn how to make a film, that's going to be a journey. I'm putting myself through film school, creating a podcast around the conversations that's happening within production and also just the crew that I work with. My production company, which is running a business in the production of content and films. There's Brendan Alden Byrne, which is the writer, the producer, and director and filmmaker of all these things. My blurred line characters, actual people that I get to be, and creating content around them. Me as an actor, as a performer, as an improv performer, as I don't know, stand-up comic, who knows, maybe I'll get there. And then my masterclass, which is to talk about everything in its BTS form and how I got there and what it is. And then community leadership, building community as you progress in your own. I don't know. I think it's so important that yes, go on your journey and progress, but as you progress, also plant seeds in your own network, in your own home, so that other creatives can be have access, not just your life, but also the network that you build. The vlog, which is very important, and then my family vlog to update what's going on with the family, as well as share the journey of the kids. And I've always wanted that to really be a love letter to our kids. And that's how Borch and I started that project. And that's how Borch and I want to continue that project. So I'm happy that we finally created the space for that. And all of that is Mission Oxy. There's a lot of ideas. And also, it's just going to be a lot of work. So I will be disappearing for a little bit because I gotta get to work.